The year is 2021. We've been evacuated and quarantined all over the world. A virus ravages every part of our globe. I focus on weight training and surviving day to day. The zombies are ready to get me at every turn. I'm trying to uncover a mystery of how to survive, along with how to deal with feelings of loneliness in a world seemingly doomed to crumble all around me. Wait a sec. Is this I Am Legend or reality? Because it kind of seems we're living in the same kind of world, don't you think?
I didn't know where that was going, but yes, absolutely good analogy. Welcome to an episode of Surviving Real Life. I'm Matt. This is Daryl, and we're here to talk about 2020, a recap on how we're feeling and things that have pissed us off a little bit, and where we go from here, looking ahead to 2021.
I feel like it's going to be a little bit hard to talk pissed off when you're laughing like that. Let's be honest.
That's your fault. You threw me off. You threw me off with your great analogy.
I think it really is a great analogy when you actually think about the movie. Apart from the zombies, I mean, we're kind of considered zombies because we're just doing everything they tell us. But I mean, everything else kind of seems identical. No, I don't have a six pack like Will Smith.
Well, it's not yet.
Kind of unfortunate, but whatever.
But what else are you going to do in quarantine as opposed to if it's not doing crunches? Am I right?
Drink a lot of Pepsi.
So before we get going on our episode though today, just a reminder to follow or subscribe our podcast for weekly updates. And don't forget to check out our YouTube, Facebook, and our Instagram posts for more content. You can find the links to those in our podcast landing page. So, how you feeling?
I'm angry, man. I am sick. I'm tired. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I'm like, all those like roll into one, and I have no punching bag to just take it out on.
You got kids.
What's that?
You got kids, but I guess it's not fair to them.
Yeah, but I can only wrestle so viciously.
No,
I don't know.
I'm with you. I'm tired. Right? I think frustrated is a really good word. I feel a little bit helpless at this point. Just trying to juggle everything that's going on. Like at first I thought, okay, yeah, like I can handle this. I don't mind being alone. I live with my kids and my wife, like we'll be fine. It's okay. I have Zoom now, one more Zoom call and I'm ready to step in front of a bus.
Never want to hear the word Zoom again, ever. I don't know, man. I'm in the same boat. I mean, I never thought I could handle just staying at home and working from home. But I never thought it would be this long. I just never thought we'd never see the light at the end of the tunnel. I know they keep announcing vaccinations. I know they keep announcing, just bear with us. By September, every Canadian will be vaccinated twice. But I mean, like, what are they waiting for? Where's the logic? Where's anything going on right now?
Even if they have the vaccines rolled out, it's not like it's a flip a switch and all of a sudden everything goes back to normal.
No, but like that's not like what is the normal? Like I honestly predict that we're going to be wearing masks. Like think about like downtown Toronto before the virus. How many people were actually wearing masks? Or even China? How many people actually walk downtown wearing masks just to avoid getting sick? Is this going to be something that's forced upon us like as the new norm?
It'll be like the new social norm, right? It'd be like smoking in a car with kids. Although now that's illegal, but at first it was just like, oh, don't do that. That's awful. So now you walk into a store without a mask on and you're going to be that guy who's who's just being responsible.
Did you see Bruce Willis? Bruce Willis walked into a store and he got refused service because he had no mask on. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I saw that.
It was his response afterwards.
I didn't see the response.
Error of a judgment. Stay masked, people.
Yeah, it's because his publicist got on his case, probably.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, you're like one of the biggest celebrities in the world back in like the 300 years ago when you were actually cool. But get your act together, man. You're supposed to be a role model, especially in front of that many people. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're going to get into that later in the episode where we talk about, those types of people and, people of privilege or power or role models and how they're acting. But, I guess, to your point, in the summertime, they started to let some of the guard down here where we live. And, they kind of let us out of the cage kind of thing. you know, and now they're trying to get us all to go back in, and it is incredibly demoralizing. And you know, I've followed all the rules. I've done everything I've been asked to do, and I see people not doing that, and that pisses me off too. You know, where it's like, you know, my kids can't see their grandparents and can't leave the house and can't see their friends, and yet it's fine for you guys to do whatever you want, and you're making it worse for the rest of us. Like, I'm angry at home. I'm angry at work. I'm tired. I'm not, you know, I stay up late because I'm trying to fill my life with something. I'm trying to do something, right? Something that I enjoy, like it's video games or it's playing music or something. I pay the price in the morning because I'm tired, and that just adds to my grumpiness. But if I were to go to bed at a reasonable hour, I would feel like, what am I doing for me?
Because work, kids. That's all it is. Yeah. Rinse, repeat.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like I love spending time with my kids. I love playing with my kids, but I feel bad because I don't feel like I'm the dad I want to be, because I'm just kind of drained. I don't really have it. Trying to do school with my son while having meetings at work in a time in my workplace that is full of turmoil right now, and there's lots of work pressure. You know, I just feel like I'm drowning.
And I don't understand their expectations on education, to be honest. Like, how do you expect a 4-year-old even to sit there for half hour, even with just 1 half-hour segment, and fully understand what's going on? And like, to me, like the whole premise of like education at that age is it's not even to learn like 1 + 1 and ABCs. Like, I feel like they do that as they're there daily, and as they're at home, as they're talking to parents, as they're talking to grandparents, they're taking in so much. But I feel like school is like their ability to socialize. How do they interact with other kids? How do they learn to share? How do they learn to say or take no for an answer? But like my kid, man, on Zoom 4 days, by the end of the 4th day, he was done, burnt, didn't want to do it. And I didn't blame him. And I'm like, I had a hard time forcing him. I just wanted him to be like, hey, there's your friends for half hour.
Yeah.
Because I had to work, just like you have to work.
Yeah.
You know, because when you're working on a normal situation and your kids are in daycare or school, you have something to look forward to. I go to work to have that little break. I get to enjoy my job, and then I get to spend enjoyable time with my kids because I look forward to seeing them all day. But when you're around them all day, can't go outside, can't go visit people, can't go play sports, can't go do this and this and this and that, what do you look forward to with them? And like, that's where I feel like you and I would probably start losing patience. And it's like we run out of ideas of like, what do I do now that I haven't done yesterday and the day before? And the sad part is like everybody's in the same boat. You and I aren't feeling like this and we're the only ones. Everybody's in the same boat. And that's the frustrating part. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
angry.
Society, like, no wonder people are starting to fray. You know?
Yeah. And they don't really talk about like the mental health aspect of like what people are going through. And I can't believe at this point that like a gym is not an essential service. And I'm going to speak like for my gym, like in town here, they cleaned like crazy. And they were so adamant about the rules. Excuse me, like that when it was time. So what they did is they did like an hour of everybody in the gym, and they kicked everybody out that a deep cleaning. And they wouldn't back down on it. Like, no, I don't care if there was one person in here for an hour. No, we're deep cleaning. Then you guys can come back. And they made sure there was appointments being held. There was no leniency. But like, how many people feel so much better after a 25-minute run or lifting weights or shooting hoops or whatever it is, an outlet that you've taken away? So I get the virus can be transmitted, but I mean, I'm sure there's ways that you could work around it. Lessen the amount of people. I don't know, like clean more often. There's got to be something.
Well, I'm waiting for after the fact. You know, and I mean, I haven't looked into it, so maybe these numbers are already published. But like suicide rates this year are probably going to be through the flipping roof.
Yep.
You know, and that's dark, but really.
No, you're right. And like, even just like the kids I teach, they want to socialize. And it's not that they don't understand that there's a virus ravaging the world, but it's like you said earlier, when your leaders are not leading by example, that doesn't mean like politics or whatever. That could be parents, that could be teachers, that could be whoever, adult-wise, who are supposed to be leading, wearing masks, social distancing. When they're not, and when you hear cases rising in your city, it's hard to take it seriously, especially after almost a year. And how does 12, 13, anybody grade 8, grade 9 and under, how do they deal with this when they're social beings? This is how they learn from each other, experiencing things. And not only that, but they're missing out on valuable sports time and not even just sports, but like horseback riding, swimming, anything that they're growing as an individual. They're missing out, and it might not be a major deal in the long run where it's a year of their life, but that's still a year of development that they're missing. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, and I just wish there was an end in sight. All right, guys. Well, we're going to take a little break here now. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some of the things that are really pissed us off about the last year. So come back.
Number one's crazy. You're going to love it.